And we are live, I hope. Good evening. Welcome home. My name is Daniel Brower. I use any pronouns, and I am the associate pastor here at First Christian Church of Decatur. Welcome to our weekly 601 Wednesday check-in and meditation. My small talk weather update for the evening is as follows. It's cold. And because the weather is beginning to be a little chillier, and yes, I said beginning because somehow it's going to manage to get colder. This Sunday, we are transitioning back into worshiping in the sanctuary for the first time since June of this year. This is a familiar move for many of us. We've done the broken air conditioner dance once or twice before, so we know how this kind of goes. And yet, this time it's going to be different. It's going to be different because someone we love very much, Pastor James, is not going to be there to celebrate with us. This is one of many occasions that we'll begin to find in the upcoming year. That's the same old thing we've always done in the same old place, but it will also be a new thing. Have you ever gone back as an adult to a place that you spent a lot of time as a kid, like maybe your childhood home? They say that things will look smaller to you now than they did then. Now, I've basically been the same height since I was 11, so this phenomenon did not happen to me in my childhood home. Where it did happen was my father's grape arbor. I used to play out there a lot when I was little, and gradually as I got older, I stopped playing outside and started playing inside. And then one day in college, I went back out to the grapevines, and I discovered that the plants that I remembered as towering over me were actually a pretty normal size for a plant. It was very strange seeing something that was once so familiar, something I thought I knew, with new eyes. Now, of course, the grape arbor had not changed, but I had. Places don't tend to change too terribly much, generally speaking, especially churches. If you had the great joy and privilege of attending the three songwriters in concert last week, lucky, you probably found the sanctuary to be much as you remember it. Yet, at the same time, the experience of the place has changed because we have changed. And that's not a bad thing. We experience old things as new again because we continue to live and grow and change ourselves. Our sanctuary is still the same old beloved place that we've worshiped for so many decades together. Yet it is also a new place filled with new beginning and opportunity because this is a new time for us as a congregation. New doesn't always mean creating something that's never been seen before. It can also mean using things that have come before us, building on our legacy to develop a way that fits our own time. Sometimes new is a state of mind more than a state of matter, you know what I mean? Because when the prophet says, God's mercies are new every morning, it doesn't necessarily mean that God reinvents the wheel every time we are blessed. I mean, I woke up this morning with essentially the same blessings that I always wake up with: food, shelter, transportation, loving husband, employment, family, yada. But even as those are the same old things, the ways that God works in them is new and fascinating every day. God is still speaking. So even things that we have seen or done or heard 100 times have the capacity to be new, not because they have changed, but because we have changed. To borrow a phrase from Reverend Phil Foster a couple of weeks ago, Now, here's the situation we are in now. We are returning to a space and a practice that is very familiar. And at the same time, it is a space and a practice that is about to be very unfamiliar and new. Now, the place itself has not changed, but we have been forever changed by all of the people and the activities and the things that shaped that space, events that are in our past, people that are no longer with us. Not only James, but so many others that did so much to build this beloved community, played a key part in its long history of faith and service. Obviously, we're thinking about James a lot lately, but I've also been reading the history of this church, and golly, the legacy of faith here is astounding. It is the same, and yet it's new. We're the same, and we are new. We come before a God who is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and yet each day presents their self to us in ways that are new and expansive and show us things that we've never seen before about the person and the love of God. This is an exciting time. It is a delicate time. And it's a time that I pray you are planning to share with us. If you want to join us in person on Sunday in the sanctuary, we will be worshiping there at 10:25 a.m. Now, if online is still more your thing, we will absolutely still be streaming from the sanctuary right here live at 10:25 a.m. However you join us, I do so hope that you join us. God is moving in this significant community, and I am so excited to see what happens next. And I think I've said I'm so excited about 4 times in a row in the last 7 minutes. Oops. Well, if it's true, you got to say it. I'm repeating it because it's true. And you know what? Here's the other thing that I always repeat because it's true. God made you special. God loves you very much. And so do I. I hope everyone has a good night. See ya.